Man, I know. Early morning levels without a doubt. I'm nerding and we nerding out. Cause we got levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. We set 'em. We set 'em. Pre-market out for the Lions is ready. Coin wise, Sammy and Salmon, we steady. Deep cheers when the knowledge connecting. Wise lions studying with patience. Man, that low. In the morning, I'm nerding and we're nerding out. Early morning levels without a doubt. Calling the zones in the structure. Pre-market nerd out. That's all that we about. Shout out to coin wise. Cause we got levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. We set 'em. Why you be all on the trot if you rushing? Why you not marking the levels of soaking? Wise lions patient, we build it for structure. Man, die low, teaching the code to the public. Coin wise outfits, flowing abundance. Knowledge and discipline stacking the hundreds. Every reaction, the lions know how I'm coming. Lions per air when candles start pumping. Before the bell ringing, the lions on a mission. Studying candles, levels, and timing with precision. A boobaledo in any market condition. Coin wise with KIMBA'S dominating the competition. We got levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. We set 'em. We set 'em. Pre-market off of the Lions is ready. Coin wise family and seminar we stay. Big cheers with the knowledge connecting. Wise lions studying with patience. Man, that low in the morning. I'm nerding and we nerding out. Early morning levels without a doubt. Calling the zones of the structure. Pre-market nerd out. This all that we about. Shout out to coin wise. Cause we got levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. We settle.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Let's go. Welcome, Cage, Houston, Lions, for another edition of FOMC Wednesday. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Are they going to cut? Are we going to have no rate cuts but still blazing? Only time will tell. Get your predictions in. Dika, I see you. I know. Shout out to Dika. Big shout outs to Cage and Houston for joining this afternoon. Thank you for all the Lions for coming out in strength. I'm strong if you strong. Well, we strong.
We strong.
Let's go, Crispy. Let's go, Latisse. Let's go, Houston. Curvies. What's going on? PVVov. Nitrogen. Shouts PSG. Inky. LV. High Style. iTour. Nitrogen. Johnny Kingslow. I'm Sin. Shaggy. Frozen Yogurt. Joe Shaw. Snipe. Rouleau. Rio. Pedro. Who Juicin? Giannis. Shout out to Kimba AI. BEXC. Just a wise CMRT in YouTube. Elizabeth. Celinda. And Siyukri. And Dozine. Let's go. And shout out to Johnny Dix. Welcome to the Lion Cub. I think it's DH6 something or another. I just read it like that. No offense, brother. Let's go. Omar's Bergix. Let's go, Bergie. Dewey, Cerniat, Black Panther, Karoon, Fib Math. How we doing? Math is Math. Sorry, I missed y'all yesterday. IRL. You know what it is. Back on track tomorrow, though. We'll be here bright and early for Market Open with Mandelo. And we got a more important task at hand right now. We got some numbers dropping in about 25 minutes. Get your predictions in. Shouts to CoinWise for getting our levels all straight.
Let's go. Shout out CoinWise.
Shouts to that 7200. Kimba boasted about in the den. Exclamation CoinWise. Oh, there is so much juice about to drop from CoinWise. Y'all don't even know. It's gonna be exciting. I'm super excited. Husey, how you feeling?
Dude, I'm excited. I've been talking about it all week. Been preparing the Lions. Major updates coming soon, y'all. Hey, I'm ready if you ready.
We ready then.
Yeah.
Hey, talent show, is that the new season starts next week or a couple weeks?
Yes. Next week. But submission forms for season 3 are out right now. Friendly reminder, if you guys want to participate in this new season 3's LIQUIDITY's Got Talent, make sure to submit your lyrics. Sir.
Like talent show.
We got a BLOFIN competition going on?
I think the space trading competition is
over.
on pause. Yeah, I think it's over.
Okay. We'll keep
But
an
we
eye
do
out
got
for
the
that
new,
thing to come back.
but we do have the new exchange UBIT, exclamation UBIT right now. They're doing 20% deposit bonuses, and I think they're still giving you guys access to VIP 8. So exclamation UBIT, new exchange. Hopefully we'll be doing some more giveaways coming soon, so stay tuned.
Let's go. Shouts to UBIT. Exclamation UBIT. Shouts to BTCC, KCEX, BLOFIN, and all the exchanges. Exclamation dashboard. Get your UID signed up, updated, whatever, because you know some giveaways are coming soon. And make sure you get your
Hey, friendly reminder too. I see some people asking in the chat, how long till FOMC? Guys, remember, you guys can go over to Forex Factory anytime, any Fed meetings, anything important is going to happen. It's going to localize it to your time, so you'll never be in the mist. So head on over to Forex and Forex Factory and make sure you guys are well and prepared for FOMC meetings, FOMC minutes, all major events.
Forex Factory, it's coming up. Yep, and the presser's in 53 minutes. Shout out to Dika at 2:30 New York time. We'll get the minutes dropping. Some Vala incoming potentially. Little sell-off into this, if you can call it a sell-off. I mean, the S&P is still trading above previous all-time highs. It's a good place to be. Maybe you get a true bearish retest, or bullish retest, sorry. This craziness on Thursday and Friday, pretty nice. And then run it up into weekly, monthly options. You know what it is. Monthly close is on Thursday this week. So we already had like the big options plays unfold. Now we're just in running out the clock on the month. Yep. So last day of the month is tomorrow. Tell me some Spanish, Houston. Let's go, Dika.
Hey, Kaisive. Oh shit, that's Macedonian. Sang dun. Oh shit, that's Korean.
Oh, Abu Bulito.
Kachabubuya Bubalito. I don't know what language that is, but
It's all of them.
all of them.
Lithuanian.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Let's go, uranium. Trading back below settlement on CME. Filled the gap. Bad lows. Same in spot. More bad lows around the 75K zone. unfilled single prints below there in that 73 area of interest that we have talked about last week. And then in ES, holding the gap for now. Holding the gap for now. Yeah, click it on over. Check out some CoinWise levels. Shout out to the levels. Make sure that it's looking good. Levels for today, previous day levels. Got them on the chart already. Slide on over there in a second, but let's check and see the Boo Gammas. Trying to hit it all real quickly. Hit it all as quickly as possible. Get the book map, the EXO, exclamation EXO in the background. But CoinWise daily levels, value area high 76, 682, previous day point of control 76, 244, previous day value area low 75, 880, 75, 806. And then let's get that going. Thank you, CoinWise. Shout outs to the FOMC stream sponsor, CoinWise, exclamation CoinWise. Juice. Now, no extreme edge. You got a little bit of shorts coming into these lows here, but nothing crazy to speak of. Boo Gammas, you got a big Boo Gamma. Level around 7110, 7105. 7100 area. Yeah. Don't lose faith, just let it flow. Oh, come on now. Believe in the cycle, my friend. That will be
come on, game.
Exclamation Boo Gammas. All right, let's get it back on over. See our daily levels marked up on the chart. Yep, flashbang. So right at value area low, we got one close outside of value so far. Previous day value area low, we're getting back inside maybe. And you know, just to clean it up a little bit, get all my markings off, and that low right here, I marked it for the sweep, which has not occurred yet, not on CME either. But really want to get back inside daily value right now. Then we need to break open. We got a lot of work to do, Lions. A lot of work to do. Yes, Dika, we are gonna have bingo today. Let's get it. Are you ready? Who's ready for some bingo? Ubit doesn't like shitcoins. Not yet, Anki. The atom as the exchange grows, I'm sure. They're not gonna put a bunch of like fart sniffer coin or something on there yet. You know, Queen Elizabeth Obama Harry Potter coin. You remember that one? The coin name was like longer than the Declaration of Independence. It was longer than the Bitcoin white sheet. Yeah, we're gonna have a bingo card. Let's get it. Let's go skip Moha. Yeah, swarms. Yeah, I mean, they probably just are waiting for, like, they're gonna do the high demand ones first and then begin adding it. Some of the exchanges that we used when we added a whole lot, for the initial version of the dashboard, they were smaller when they started too. Some of them didn't even have like coin margin trading, and gradually have added that as they expanded as an exchange. So just give it time. Give it time. Nabeeks, let's go. MJ, LV, going up or sliding down. I think it's all news driven, and we got a big news thing about to happen, even if it's programmed. Yeah, I think that we kind of did a failed auction, broke the highs in Bitcoin, failed auction above the highs in S&P also, but we are in S&P at least holding above value that's been established for quite some time, previous all-time highs. In Bitcoin, we are trading outside of the value that's been established over the past couple months. So things aren't over yet, but if you took a short from the highs, I think that you're in decent shape. You're a lot cozier than otherwise. You may, this level right here, bad highs in the daily that we hit this morning, and then selling off from there. Intraday, it's not looking as good, but if you look in higher time frame, it's not nearly as bad as things might seem. The Vanguard. Yeah, we're outside the range. Even outside these highs. That's not as good. Getting back inside here. You know, we kind of like retested it nicely. I think trading back in that, it's gonna look a lot worse. Definitely getting back inside here, it's gonna look even not, even worse. And that's on like on a daily. Yeah, closing below 74, I think is gonna look more like we're starting to fail downwards. But that's gonna take some time potentially, unless we get some major volatility today or post numbers release. Dude, for his last one, close the fucking door, fuck your positions. Yeah, I don't think he will. Jerome, he's been here for a minute. I hear like all these boomers saying like, oh yeah, well he's like beating his indictments and everything. Like, dude, what's he getting indicted for? Like, come on. You think we're gonna get Warsh? Is he confirmed that we're gonna get him? 6 days until the coupon giveaway. Oh, the giveaway coupon ends. Okay. Yeah, get it, Inky. Are you juicing? Fafa? Yeah. All right, Dika, have a great day. Thanks for joining. You stay safe as well. Enjoy your afternoon. We got 12 minutes until these numbers. Let's go. Oh, let's go, Cage. Let's go. Head on over to the YouTube, drop a like. Let's go. Head on over to the YouTube, drop a like. Get to see the screen big. We don't have the overlay on it. Let's go. Looks nice. Big. We don't have the overlay on it. Looks nice. Yeah, scaling is different over for the YouTube because of the overlay for Twitch. Shout out to YouTube. Let's go. Drop a like, comment, comment, subscribe. Talent show new season next week. Peace. Market open in the morning. Talent show viewing party tomorrow. And who juicing? Is it going to be a new one on? I told Houston I wasn't going to bother him. Everybody is locked in super hard, but I think we're going to have a new who juicing on Friday, right?
You know what? I need to get an update from Buzz. I'm not sure when the next Hujushin stream is coming, but most likely Friday, y'all. We had to put today's Hujushin on pause for the FOMC stream, so we'll regroup on Friday, and if there is a Hujushin premiere, we'll let you guys know. Shout out to you guys. Thank you.
Sorry about the echo. I gotta figure out which one I have. I think I opened Cage's link. Sorry about the echo. I gotta figure out which one I have.
Yeah, more importantly right now is a season 3 LIQUIDITY's Got Talent. Submission forms are live. Right now I think I've only got 4 lines who submitted lyrics, so shout out to you guys. So if you guys were planning on participating in the season 3 LIQUIDITY's Got Talent, submission forms are open. Head on over to the Discord or type in exclamation talent show. Yeah.
New Zealand, Australian, Arab, Armenian, even Asian, and Indonesian.
Yeah. Hello. Testing. Better. Good. Better than the sweater.
The Fed used to be so good with the wait a second. They used to be so good with your links, and now like you can't go to the Fed's YouTube any longer and get right in there. Oh, we should be good.
Hey, you guys, how many lines here are still missing on some CoinWise juice? Who here does not have a subscription over to CoinWise? Can I see some hands? Can I see some hands, please? All right. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. All right, stay tuned. Oh, very nice. There
we go.
No, remember, nobody know. Nope. Oh, yeah, never mind. Thought you were doing something. Good job. Jimmy says, Coin Wheezy, I need that. Hey, give me that. Give me that CoinWise. All right, guys. 30 seconds, y'all.
Let's go. Yeah, get your CoinWises updated. Make sure you link your Discord. Link it in the CoinWise Discord to your Twitch username, and make sure you link your trading view within CoinWise to be able to connect. Let's go. The CoinWise giveaway started. Shout out to CoinWise. Let's go, Houston. Thanks for setting that up. Basic.
Shout out to CoinWise.
Yeah.
This CoinWise set that off. So hey, big shout out to CoinWise. They're listening. You gotta remember, CoinWise is always listening. You never know when CoinWise is gonna juice you guys up.
Well, Houston and Cage are like the ones that are making the calls, but CoinWise is the one that's hooking us up, isn't it? Let's go.
Yep.
Sorry to
I
keep
just sit here and look
Dave.
pretty, man. I just sit here and look pretty, brother.
You do a good job at it.
Hey, mama said.
Good job.
Hey, get in there. I see a lot of people entering the giveaways. Let's go. Shout out to 83rd, Latiz, Frozen, Forgiven, Chili, Zach, MJ, Saeed, Skip Moha, Duis. Let's go. Get in there, y'all.
So some indicators, access to the daily levels, the trading journal, and some of their education, and a whole lot more is coming. Believe that.
Believe it.
Believe that. Papa Mandalo might be watching today. Let's go. Shout out to Papa Mandalo.
Only Mac, no saviors. Only Kimba forever.
Do we got 2 soundtracks going on right now? The hell is that second sound?
What are you talking about?
Something's been missing inside me. No data, no edge, no clarity. I've been guessing in the dark too long. Without the math, I get it all wrong.
I'm picking up, like, even though I'm not playing it, the Fed Reserve, like, elevator music as an overlay. Like doubled on top of the stream music. It's off and paused. It's crazy. It's no, it's not. Ketchoy, I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this. Hell. There we go. Let's go,
Hey, who won?
Zach.
Let's go,
Congratulations. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Wise FOMC. Shout out to CoinWise. Hey, shout outs to the team over there. Thank you for hooking us up. Zach Joseph. Let's go. Congratulations, Zach. Hey, follow the instructions. Connect your coinwise.com Discord and follow those instructions. Let's go, Zach. Enjoy it, brother. Hey, use it. Take screenshots. Chart it. Juice. I hope it's juice, man. Hope you like it. And yeah, if it works well for you, if you're juicing from it, you may want to extend it. But that's awesome, man. Your lucky day. Let's go. Yeah. You had some tools. We got 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Oh. Congratulations. You explained to Zach how he can redeem it?
Yes.
Awesome.
Would you like to expand on that? I just said go to the Discord and follow the instructions. I just basically read the output. Let's go, Heath.
Yeah, if you don't have a CoinWise account, just make sure that you create one. Once you've created a Discord, or a CoinWise account, link your Discord and your Twitch to it. Your reward will automatically get sent to your email address. You can grab that coupon code and use it at the checkout site. Yeah. Congratulations, Zach. Juice up, man.
Let that market talk. We don't force, we just walk. Juice on me, levels moving heavenly. I've been talking steadily. Ain't no rush and let it be. Kimba gang, life at ease. Oh, that's lit. So clean, we stacking bit by bit.
I'm so glad that you guys aren't hearing this. Oh, here goes. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
I've seen plays fall apart, seen emotions break hearts, but we stay smooth, be smart, risk slow, entry sharp, daily close, full rotation. RTH.
No rate cuts, but we still blaze them.
Profits come not chasing on a weekend. Juice on me, levels moving heavenly. I've been talking steadily. Ain't no rush and let it be. Kimba gang, life at ease. Ooh, let us sell it. Tone clean, we stacking bit by bit. Make it loud, we stay legit. That's just how the Kimba gang is. We don't flinch, levels moving heavenly.
Jesus.
Levels moving heavenly.
Come on, man. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. What's going on over in S&P? Oh, Catoya. It was green. Wait, what was green? And we haven't got our 5 minutes yet. Shout out Zach. Let's go Manaka, I'm Sin, Bird Beezy, Ronnie Wrecked, Syed. Okay, who wants to play some bingo today? Shout out to Cade for helping to get the whole bingo situation looking juicy. Shout out to Coinwebs for sponsoring the FOMC bingo for the presser coming up in about 27 minutes. Y'all want to play some bingo? Come on now. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it.
Walking out, winners can't silence the voice. We ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, on beast mode. We ain't worried about it right now.
Get the overlay up.
We ain't worried about it. Keep the gang, ain't worried about it. No fear, no quitter. Keep the gang walking, no winners. We ain't worried about it.
Okay, let's get it.
No brakes, Bugatti speed.
Exclamation. Oh no, it's just join bingo. Join bingo. Let's go. Get a look. Get a look.
So no exclamation, just join bingo, right?
Join bingo.
All right, guys, you heard the man. Type in join bingo. No exclamation needed. Just type in join bingo.
Join bingo. Come on in. Let's go, Curvies. Let's go, Houston. Dennis, Crypto Craze, Manaka, Mark, 83rd, C. Puman, Sayed, Fabricio, Dueast. Yeah, there might be a prize attached to this. There was last time. Come on now. Marathon, Chimp, El Boris, Zerniat, Fredward. Let's go, Fredward. Frozen. Yeah, we still balling. We still balling. Fredward, Domcheck, Young Kaizen, Laughing Grass, Chili, Zach going for another. Pedro, Frozen Yogurt, Karoon, Boy Alvarado, Inky, Bud Fox. Shout out to Anacott Steel, LV, Lou Time. Come on, we got 29 people in here so far. Let's get some more. Come on, y'all. You want to win some prizes, right? It makes the presser all that much more fun. Let's go stereo. It definitely makes my life fun, and you can be double entertained by Jay Peasy and me running around like a crazy person trying to keep track of all the words that are said. Let's fucking get it. We need the card bigger or in a link. Yeah, for real. You know what? I might be able to do something about that. But your cards are going to be like some combination of this. You think it's cool for me to do that? I think so. You'll put in the you know what? I think it might be cool to put in the CoinWise Discord. Oh shit. Can I even do that? What do you boys think? Should I put it in CoinWise Discord?
Mm-hmm. Do it.
Let's go. CoinWise Discord, here we go! It's there. General chat, CoinWise Discord. If you want to see what all the terms are for this one, if you want to send feedback, feel welcome to come up with some words that are, you know, maybe your words will make it for the next one. Close the fucking door wasn't on there. We don't even know what we're getting in the next one. CoinWise Discord. Yeah, Husey, can you share, or Cage, can either of you share the link to the CoinWise Discord so anybody that wants to see the bingo card can head on over?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, just a reminder, the CoinWise Discord is located on the CoinWise website as well.
There we go. Exclamation CoinWise. Shout outs to the team over there and all of the people who are affiliated, our workers. Juice. Let's go. Let's go. Join bingo for Roz. Stereo Crispy, Master Prawn, Kagam. Oh, juice, Bugatti, Testnet. It's too easy. Yeah, we talked about these bad lows. Make a point control below. Coming into this little gappity gap on S&P. And we talked about that 7110 Boo Gamma. We just needed a catalyst. Calling Noob, shots calling Noob. Uchiha. RST slow. Norsis Ferrazzo. Let's get it. Yeah, you want to see the whole thing? I'm gonna hide it until then. Join bingo. Oh, just make it small until then because we got the link for it in the CoinWise Discord now. So we need to see this price action unfolding. Trading into the gap. Let's go. Exclamation join. No, it's just join bingo. I keep saying that. Just so conditioned to do so. Join bingo. It's just join bingo. Red hairs Hanks. Let's go. Just join bingo. Holy red candle. Loud mercy. Previous week point of control to the pixel. How about we extend that? Ooh-wee. Shout out to CoinWise. How long we got until this presser? Looks like about 19 minutes. Let's get it. Let's go Shaggy. Nitrogen Bugatti. Uranium. Red hair, get in there. Come on now. Yeah, I didn't take your submission yet. 8 years, bro. Let's go. Hey, shout out to Cage. Thank you for posting that, brother.
It's more than trades, it's how I breathe. Kimba gang, we built on these principles and clean routines. But when they gone, I fall to my knees. I lose control when I don't got math with me.
Let's get it, let's get it. Just type join bingo, just like Chauncey did right above you. Shout out to Chauncey. How you doing, brother? Dude, we all win if he says that, Inky. There we go. Let's go, red hair. Let's go. Yep, you're in there. Let's go, Chauncey. Let's get it. Welcome. Chauncey's an OG mod, holding it down in the Southern Hemisphere. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, good luck, red hair. Yeah, it's all about having some fun. Make this presser a little more interesting. Some of us are going to be locked in, paying attention to exactly what and how he says things. Some of us are just going to be here for the lulz. Vibing out. Waiting to see what the market does. We're here for everything. Where TP, when TP, exactly. Exactly, Inky. For real? I mean, it probably hit some people's TPs right here. It did not sweep on CME. Did it sweep in spot? No. That's yearly VWAP right below too. Right chomp. Ooh wee. Right outside of value, rejecting to the pixel from previous day point of control. Shout out to CoinWise levels, exclamation CoinWise. Let's go. Shout out to Zach. You gonna be juicing on some CoinWise? Yeah, let's get it back. Maybe. maybe we should look at some gold and oil and stuff. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Head to the balcony for a second. Yeah, Fredward. We'll see, man. It has been real, JP. He's done a good job, man. I mean, people are so negative about it. Dude, this man has been holding it down through fucking COVID and all this other garbage nonsense the past like 10 years, however long.
JP fucking ran the U.S. economy to grand.
Dude, for a long time, man. Like, he gets hate, but dude, it's a hard job. I'm not trying to like justify anything, but I think that he's pretty objective. Maybe not to get to the place that he's at, but I mean, he's there for a reason. And he's juicing harder than most of us. Even if he's not trading right now. That dude is
JP's got a gray hair on his head for every meeting he's been through.
You said it. Me too. I had blonde hair for that though. It's all blonde. Yeah, dude. Before, even like 2 years ago, man. Full black beard, full head of hair, and I mean, it's really kids that did it to me. All blonde now. It's just so much time touching grass. Just the sun is just doing it to me. To the balcony, he says. Let's go, Colin Noob. Hey. Yes, the speech is going to be here live, Aksada. Why couldn't we get the guitar guy for our next chair? Shit. Inky almost forgot about the balcony. Too much Latuche. I want that. You see, I want that soundbite.
Which one?
Not enough Latuche.
Oh man, that was like a custom one that Kimba made. I don't even know where he made that from. Crazy.
Dude, he can't drop
maybe we can go back. Yeah, maybe we can go back into the some of the old live streams and try to like capture it through there.
Oh, that would be juice. That would be juice. I got a fresh stream deck sitting in front of me, just waiting for that one. I'm gonna fill it up. Every single button is gonna be cue that one. Join bingo. Join bingo if you're just joining. Up on yeah, we got bingo coming up. We got 41 players locked in. We got about 12 minutes until the presser starts. This is likely JP's last FOMC
on a weekend.
You think he'll say goodbye?
Yeah. I think this is CoinWise's inspiration right here. Professor Powell, you know, 2%. We're gonna wait for the data. Wait for the data. Making considerable progress towards our 2% goal, but we'll have to wait and see. Now just close the fucking door. Let's go, Fredward. Thank you for the resub, brother. 20 months. Yeah, and I missed somebody else that just got 30 months. Oh my gosh, I can't even scroll enough. Who just re-upped their sub? Did we already get to the end of the playlist? Holy shit. Time is just flying when you are juicing. Am I right? Husey, can I hit him with 2026 stream and put it on shuffle? Is that Gucci? Or should I just hit August, you think? Husey's away. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, no, that's what it's for.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yes, sir. You can also play there's a FOMC stream.
We just played the whole thing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, 2026 stream is good.
Okay, thanks, brother.
That's what's playing on the OA stream right now, so you're good.
Oh, nice. Let's go. How about that? Dip the tip to PWEEK POC, whatever that is. Shots going wise. Cleaning up those lows, dipping the tip in the gap, getting right back out. They're gonna wait and hear what he has to say. And how he's gonna say it. Join bingo, join bingo, join bingo. It was green, Skip Moha. Trust but verify. Join bingo. Let's go, Sebi. Frota, join bingo. No, Bees, come on, join bingo. Join bingo, no exclamation. Let's go, Sebi. Let's go, Syed. I think you were already in there. Come on, Frota. I like that NASA thing. I like that NASA thing. Yeah. That's what I was doing. Uchiha, 31 months. Let's go. Thank you for the resub. And Il Pasoto for 27 months. Let's get it. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you. Let's go. Shout out to Uchiha, Fredward, and Il Pasoto. 8 minutes, 8 minutes. Join bingo. DC just went to the balcony. Cage, head into the balcony.
Sir, I had to go get some food, man. I'm hungry.
I live in the basement, so I'm going up to Mom's kitchen real quick instead of the balcony. Mom's basement is cozy though. Can't beat the price. It's kind of hard to say that when you see like daylight shining in through behind me. Oh, woo! Let's go, dev team. Shout out to Kimba dev team. Thank you. Catch away, boo boo, y'all. Let's go. JP, help me. Let's go, Cove Corito. Hey, you can get into another giveaway if you play this bingo coming up. Just type in join bingo. Let's go, dev team. Thank you. Shredded Island, 45 months. Let's go. And currently on a 45-month streak. Juice. Shredded Island juicing. Yeah, he joined up and was like, just fucking, let me just get 10 years subscription right now. Let's go. I'm not missing a single second of this. I'm not seeing ads ever again. Let's go, Anki. Let's go, Mark. Tigrin. Let's go. Sebi Frota up Onda. Tigrin's up in here. Yeah, you might be able to get some giveaway if you are a winning player. Maybe even ranking. I don't know. I don't know what we've been able to set up. I am a mushroom. I am just a pretty face. I have a face for radio, but we somehow want me on camera anyways. I said let's do motion cap and like make a make an avatar for me, but they were like, nah, we need something to laugh at. Let's go Apollo. Let's go I'm Sin. Yeah, Cat Choi, Shredded Island. Yeah, shout out to YouTube. Let's go Dokong. Shout out to Dokong. How are we doing? You woke up for it? It's the middle of the night for you, isn't it? Let's go Evil Moha. Crypto Craze, let's go. I had a feeling that we could juice as Liquinians. 3:30 a.m. Oh my goodness. Hey, get your bingo card, brother. Dokong. I don't know if it works through the YouTube. Can you come over to Twitch real fast and just type join bingo, and then you just leave your YouTube open?
Twitch exclusive. Sir.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's a Twitch exclusive.
It's Twitch exclusive. Yeah, I think that's the only way that runs. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Cage. Yeah, let's get it, Dokong. Yeah, YouTube viewers, make sure you just click it in Twitch if you want to be eligible for the bingo. Join bingo like that, Apollo. Let's go. I think you did it last time, didn't you? Let's go, Dokong. Shout out to Dokong. Rap Tourist, how we doing? Join bingo. Yeah, you're in it. You're in it, Dokong. We got you. Nah, it's just no exclamation. Join bingo is it. You got it. You're in there like swimwear. Rap Tourist, no exclamation. We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes and then we lock the joins. It's coming. I love this one. Let's go, Crypto Bro. Join bingo. Let's get it. That's crazy. There's a couple other places that are like that too, I think. Yeah, I feel you, Dokong. I don't blame you. You get to see my whole chart too. You don't see like the overlay. It's a little bit larger, I think. Yeah, but the ever since we went to like the multi-streams and all of that, this overlay is beautiful. It looks juicy. Shout outs to the whole team at KTV. Shout outs to the mods and admins. We go to 0, possibly. Maybe some numbers in front of that 0, but you know, there'd probably be a 0 there somewhere. 55 seconds. I'll move this up a tiny bit. If you want to see the bingo card, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. If you want to see what all the terms are, Kate shared it in here. It's in the CoinWise Discord. I should have captured that. Exclamation CoinWise, and you can go to their website and get there that way too. This is like kind of a no to do, but since I'm the host, I'm gonna do it. Mods and admins are permitted to share links. If you want to see your bingo card, and it's just like the list of terms, make sure you check out the CoinWise Discord in general chat. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, is it coming? All right, join bingo, hurry up, y'all. It's about to close. about to close. Let's get it. Okay. Make sure the sound is working. Oh, I gotta hurry.
I think he's working on it, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying.
He's working on it.
I can only do it once they activate the link.
Exclamation patience. Damn, I'm fucking loud. Sheesh.
You sound great.
In global energy prices. Today, the FOMC decided to leave our policy rate unchanged. We see the current stance of monetary policy as appropriate to promote progress toward our maximum
I hear it.
and
We good?
2% inflation goals. Developments in the Middle East are contributing to a high level of uncertainty about the economic outlook, and we will remain attentive to risks to both sides of our dual mandate. I'll have more to say about monetary policy after briefly reviewing economic developments. Recent indicators suggest that economic activity has been expanding at a solid pace. Consumer spending has been resilient, and business fixed investment has continued to expand at a brisk pace. In contrast, activity in the housing sector has remained weak. In the labor market, the unemployment rate was 4.3% in March and has changed little in recent months. Job gains have remained low. A good part of the slowing in the pace of the job growth over the past year reflects a decline in the growth of the labor force due to lower immigration and labor force participation, though labor demand has clearly softened as well. Other indicators, including job openings, layoffs, hiring, and nominal wage growth, generally show little change in recent months. Inflation has moved up recently and is elevated relative to our 2% longer-run goal. Estimates based on the Consumer Price Index and other data indicate that total PCE prices rose 3.5% over the 12 months ending in March, boosted by the significant rise in global oil prices that has resulted from the conflict in the Middle East. Excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices rose 3.2% over the 12 months ending in March. This relatively high rate largely reflects the effects of tariffs on prices in the goods sector. Near-term measures of inflation expectations have risen this year, likely because of the substantial rise in oil prices. Most measures of longer-term expectations remain consistent with our 2% inflation goal. Our monetary policy actions are guided by our dual mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. At today's meeting, the committee decided to maintain the target range for the federal funds rate at 3.5 to 3.75%. The economic outlook remains highly uncertain, and the conflict in the Middle East has added to this uncertainty. In the near term, higher energy prices will push up overall inflation. Beyond that, the scope and duration of potential effects on the economy remain unclear, as does the future course of the conflict itself. We will continue to monitor the risks to both sides of our dual mandate. We are well positioned to determine the extent and timing of additional adjustments to our policy rate based on the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. Monetary policy is not on a preset course, and we will make our decisions on a meeting-by-meeting basis. This is my last press conference as chair, and I will close with a few thoughts. First, I want to congratulate Kevin Warsh on his advancement out of the Senate Banking Committee this morning. This is an important step forward, and I wish him well as that process continues. The Federal Reserve exists for one fundamental purpose: to foster the economic conditions in which American families and businesses can thrive. Stable prices, a strong job market, and a financial system they can depend on. Every decision we make, whether about interest rates or regulatory and supervisory matters or other issues, is made in service of that purpose. Our decisions reflect the collective judgment of the Board of Governors and the interest. Our collaborative public servants at the Board of Governors and around the Federal Reserve System. The Fed's work is only as effective as the public's understanding of it, and you, the press, are essential to keeping the public informed about what we do and why. The people we serve benefit from your careful reporting. I welcomed the announcement last Friday by the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia that she had closed the criminal investigation. She also noted, however, that she would not hesitate to restart the investigation. Over the weekend, the Department of Justice provided assurances that they will not reopen the investigation unless there's a criminal referral from the Fed's Inspector General. And, absent such a referral, if they do appeal the recent court decision, they would not seek, as part of that appeal, to restart the investigation or send new subpoenas. I've said that I will not leave the board until this investigation is well and truly over, with transparency and finality, and I stand by that. I'm encouraged by recent developments, and I'm watching the remaining steps in this process carefully. My decisions on these matters will continue to be guided entirely by what I believe is in the best interest of the institution and the people we serve. After my term as chair ends on May 15, I will continue to serve as a governor for a period of time to be determined. I plan to keep a low profile as a governor. There's only ever one chair of the Federal Reserve Board. When Kevin Warsh is confirmed and sworn in, he will be that chair. Once sworn in as board chair, his new colleagues will elect him to chair the FOMC as well. As I regularly point out from this podium, our success in delivering our goals matters for all Americans. I'm confident that the Fed will continue to do its work with objectivity, integrity, and a deep commitment to serve the American people. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Appreciate the kind words about the press. Often doesn't come from the podium in different places, but appreciate that. Can you talk about what is gone into your decision to remain on the board? What kind of criteria are you weighing, and how long might you stay? Thank you.
Sure. So, you know, my concern is really about the series of legal attacks on the Fed, which threaten our ability to conduct monetary policy without considering political factors. And I want to note here, this has nothing whatever to do with verbal criticism by elected officials. I've never suggested that such verbal criticism is a problem, and neither has anyone else here. But these legal actions by the administration are unprecedented in our 113-year history, and there are ongoing threats of additional such actions. I worry that these attacks are battering the institution and putting at risk the thing that really matters to the public, which is the ability to conduct monetary policy without taking into consideration political factors. It is so important for our economy, for the people that we serve, that they can depend over time on a central bank that operates that way, free of political influence. It's part of the absolute foundation of this amazing economy that we have. It's just one of the many reasons why the U.S. economy is the envy of the world. That piece of institutional architecture separates successful countries from unsuccessful countries, it is extremely important, not for the people who work at the Fed at any given time, but for the people that we serve, that the Fed remain able to conduct monetary policy in a way that doesn't get pulled into politics, trying to help or hurt any particular politician or political party. It's critical for the people that we serve. In terms of when I would leave, I will leave when I think it's appropriate to do so. Was that all your questions, or was there?
Well, I just have a follow-up, which is, what would you say to the criticism that by remaining on the board, you're actually taking a political act and denying President Trump the majority of the board, which as president he would have if you left?
I don't see that at all. As I mentioned, you know, I'm literally staying because of the actions that have been taken. I had long planned to be retiring, and you know, the things that have happened in the last 3 months have, I think, left me no choice but to stay until I see them through at least that long. You know, in addition, I don't see how this will interfere. My intention is not to interfere. You know, I was a governor for almost 6 years, and the tradition is at the Fed that governors who understand how difficult the role of chair is, and as a soon-to-be former chair, I do understand how hard it is to get consensus with 19 strong-minded people. You work with the chair. You try to be heard, but also collaborate with the chair and try to support the chair when you can. When you can't, you can't. And I think that's the attitude that people generally take, and that's the attitude that I'll take.
Nick.
Chair Powell, if I could ask about the inflation outlook. In March, you described the standard practice of looking through energy shocks as conditional on inflation expectations staying anchored. Since that meeting, there has been very little progress reopening key energy trade corridors. Can you help us understand how the inflation outlook has changed in the intermeeting period, beginning with the prospects?
That higher level going up more and more. And it's time for that to happen. You know, we really do expect that to be happening in the next 2 quarters. So we'll be watching very carefully to see that what we've thought all along would happen. That's the kind of critical part of the forecast. We need to really see that. With energy, it's so hard to say. I mentioned, you know, in, you know, sort of the textbook, you would look through an oil shock because they tend to be short-lived and they tend to revert, and monetary policy works with long and variable lags, so you know, you wouldn't necessarily react right away. I think that is all the more true given that we're several years above 2% inflation and that we're already looking through the tariff shock. So I think we're going to be very cautious about that. But the question about looking through energy really is not in front of us right now. It hasn't even peaked yet. And I think we'd want to see the backside of that and progress on tariffs before we even thought about reducing rates.
So if I could follow up, the statement today preserves language that has taken on some meaning as it was socialized when the committee was actively lowering rates. Why is that easing bias still ripe, given how different the inflation outlook is now versus a meeting or two ago? And what more would have to happen for it to get evicted?
So that was, as you will recall, we had a discussion about that at the last meeting, and we talked about it in the press conference after the March meeting. We had the same today. We had quite a vigorous discussion about that very issue and the guidance, and is it still appropriate and that kind of thing. And I would say that the number of people on the committee who either could support that language changing to a more neutral stance so that a hike is as likely as a cut. That number has increased over the intermeeting period, and it's easy to see why. I mean, it's a good question, right? You see, inflation has moved up over the interim a bit. Core inflation's 3.2 now, moving, albeit just a little bit, in the wrong direction. And we know that there will be, that there's headline inflation coming out of the Gulf, and we don't know how much that will be. We're going to need to see. So it makes all the sense in the world that people would look at that and we'd have a vigorous discussion about that. You saw that 3 people dissented over the language. I think all of those people agreed with the rate decision. So the majority of the committee did not want to do that, and I didn't think we needed to do it at this meeting. It really was just a question of why do we need to do that now? You know, we have so much to learn. There's so much uncertainty about the path ahead. There doesn't need to be any rush to make that decision now, because you know, what happens in the next 30, 60 days, even by the next meeting, could really change the picture around that language. So, you know, it's a much closer thing on the committee than it was in March, and you know, that makes all the sense in the world, it seems to me.
Claire.
So Claire Jones, Financial Times. Just going back to this issue of the easing bias, we've now got oil approaching $120 a barrel when it comes to the benchmark Brent crude. If it stays around those levels 6 weeks from now, what would be your best guess as to whether the easing bias will still be in the statement? Thank you.
I wouldn't want to guess. You know, well, first of all, we're going to have new leadership in all likelihood by then, and new leadership's going to have a very important role to play in that. So I won't be standing here at this podium to answer your question. So I don't know. As I mentioned, that's all I can really say is that we had a great discussion about that today. It's gotten to be a better question in the interim period. We had the discussion. A majority are still on the page of not feeling the need to move to that level, and that's where I am. I get it, though. You know, at a certain point, you would move, and that conceivably could come as soon as the next meeting.
Thank you. Just to follow on, the new leadership also seemed rather lukewarm on press conferences and on the dot plots. What would your advice to him be on these communication tools?
So I'm not going to give him any advice through you today here, but I think communications generally is. I think every incoming chair takes a look at communications, and it's a very healthy thing. I mean, communications it's very complex, and you know, you can always be looking at new things, and if that happens, it feels like it's going to happen. That's a completely appropriate thing.
Neil.
Hi, Chair Powell, Neil Irwin with Axios. Can you tell us if you've been in touch with incoming Chairman Warsh? To what extent is this a normal transition process versus all the things swirling around, something unusual, and what can we expect when he takes that podium in a few weeks?
I haven't seen him since seeing him at a dinner in January where I congratulated him and had a nice chat with him. Haven't seen him. I don't know what a normal process is. You know, the last process was with Janet Yellen, with whom I had worked for 6 years, and so it was. You know, we were sitting down the hall from each other, so it was a very different thing. I think this is and will be a very normal, standard kind of a transition process. So that's what I expect. I have every reason to think it will be.
Quick follow-up: is the Supreme Court ruling on Governor Cook a factor in when you may leave as a governor?
I wasn't thinking of it as such, but no, not really. I mean, I'm thinking more of the other things I mentioned.
Chris.
Hi, thanks for taking our question. I wanted to ask a question about your tenure, and Chris Rugaber at Associated Press. During your tenure as chair, you often spoke about how disadvantaged Americans benefited from extended periods of low unemployment. In the new framework the Fed adopted in 2020, some economists say elevated the Fed's employment mandate. Are you worried that the pandemic inflation spike that followed will make future Fed chairs more reluctant to pursue a hot jobs market, and should they be?
I don't know the answer to that. I mean, what we experienced in the teens, the mid-teens, was really low levels of unemployment for a long period of time and no reaction from inflation. And we all very much took notice of that. We also noticed that the biggest wage gains were going to people at the bottom end of the income spectrum. And we had many reports of, I mean, it felt like a fairly stable equilibrium, and a lot of benefits were flowing to people at the bottom end of the income spectrum, including companies were, you know, setting up in people who were confined and like training them before they got out, and it was a very healthy sort of set of societal dynamics. So of course, I think anybody would love to get back to that. I don't think that anything that happened to create the global pandemic inflation was in any way related to overweighting the employment market. I mean, it was a global shock that happened essentially very similarly all over the world that had to do with closing, reopening, stimulus, and all that. And I mean, you could look at it a graph of 10 big economies on the page and not know which was the U.S. and which was Germany, France, and things like that. So I don't think that insight was in any way responsible for the high inflation that we experienced. So, I mean, I think it's always been a balance. You've got to be strong on both of our dual mandates. And for example, now we don't feel that the labor market is at all a source of inflation, so we don't need to be worrying about that. It's been a long time since we have had to worry about that. Well, actually, during the pandemic recovery, the labor market was super overheated and tight, and that's when we had to worry about it, but not now.
And just on the other issue, do you need more assurance from the Justice Department before stepping down? Is that what you're waiting for, or what else?
I'm waiting, for the investigation to be well and truly over with finality and transparency, and I'm waiting for that, and I will leave when I think it's appropriate to do so.
Michael McKee.
Michael McKee from Bloomberg Television and Radio. I'd like to ask you if you could explain a little more or characterize a little more the discussion about the two-sided view and interest rates, because there were some members of the Open Market Committee who've been suggesting that we may need to raise interest rates even absent the war because inflation was not coming down fast enough. Is there any sense that interest rates might have to go up, or was this just a setup to sort of warn people that you're worried about the war impacts?
So nobody, the three dissenters and others who could have supported that, and others
Giveaway coming up.
who were voters and non-voters who preferred it, they all supported
Y'all
the
ready?
right
You
decision.
all ready?
Right? So people are not saying we need to hike now. It's more a question of,
Shout out CoinWise,
don't we
let's
kind
go!
of feel that we should be neutral, and what are markets doing? People argue that this is consistent with markets are doing. And again, it's a very fair question, but these changes, it's a form of forward guidance, and you don't want to make them in a way that will be sustained and continue to make sense, and not something you need to take back, fairly quickly. So
Exclamation wise FOMC.
A group of us, including me, didn't feel like we needed to be in a hurry
CoinWise
on
giveaway.
that markets are not confused about our reaction function. We don't have a problem to solve on
Let's
that.
go, let's go, let's
but
go.
the other side of the argument is a good
Exclamation
argument,
wise
too,
FOMC.
as I mentioned. I mean, it's a perfectly
CoinWise.
good argument to be having, good discussion to be having, and it came out the way it came out.
Well, you've got three dissents in favor of two-sided warning. You've got yourself staying on the board. You've got the criticism that does come from elected officials, and you've got a lot of critics who have faulted the Fed for being too slow 2021 with inflation.
Wise
Are
FOMC,
you
let's get it,
worried
let's get it.
about
This dude's
Fed
talking.
credibility
Oh, Coke
under
Zero,
all
let's
this?
go.
Is that one reason that you want to stay on?
6 months in
driving my
advance?
thinking now. I mean,
Let's
monetary
go.
policy
Thank you,
is
Coke Zero.
gonna get
Don't be
made
mad
by,
at me. He juicing.
19 people. There's a lot of stability there.
Thank you, brother. Shout out to Coke
I mean,
Zero.
if you think about it, every new Fed chair has the same situation, which is you've got 18 colleagues on the FOMC, 11 of them vote during any year, and your job is to create consensus. It's to talk to them, understand them, be inside their thinking, and be able to pull them together and get consensus and move. And that's what every Fed chair has to do. And I think Kevin Warsh is actually quite well. He has the capabilities, skills to be very good at that, I would think. So I think I'm not so worried about that process. I think that'll work itself out.
Howard.
Thank you, Chair Powell. Howard Schneider with Reuters. You mentioned that staying on as a governor, you intend to keep a low profile. I'm just wondering if you could give us a little more detail on what that looks like.
Hey,
and how you
exclamation wise
Touche.
FOMC. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah, walk down the
Exclamation
steps.
wise FOMC.
What that looks like,
Get
and
in on
particularly
that.
around the policy
CoinWise
discussion.
giveaway.
How
Let's
you're
go.
able to
Hey, and
have
those
your
watching
intervention
at
and not be
YouTube,
a shadow chair,
come over to the
not
Twitch
have
chat real
kind of an
quick and
outsized influence
enter
over
the giveaway.
process.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on
just
now.
something I would never do.
Laguna.
The shadow chair thing. No, I don't know what the exact specifics of it will be, but I'm going back to being a governor. I respect the role of chair. I was a chair. I was a governor for 6 years, and I know what that's like. I know, and I had a pretty front row seat with, particularly with Chair Yellen, to whom I was close when I worked with Chairman Bernanke for 2 years, but you know, I was brand new at that time. So I got a sense of what it was, and I had real sympathy for how hard it is to get that group to consensus. And I always felt like I don't want to add to that unnecessarily, and that means try to support the chairs where the direction the chair wants to go in, if you can. If you can't, you can't. And I think that's the way it's always worked there, because the chair only has one vote, plus the ability to develop consensus. And if people won't be, you know, they won't, if they're not flexible at all, then how do you ever do that? And so that's why the chair has, the authority the chair has really is to develop relationships with people and work with them, and then put something forward that has consensus. And I propose to be a very constructive participant in that process, really out of respect for the office of the chair.
And in your view as a soon-to-be governor, how do you see the risks of oil prices bleeding into core inflation in coming weeks? Because that was, it seems like the commentary that was coming from particularly some of the Reserve Bank presidents, they were elevated concerns about the bleed into core. And, you know, here we are with 3 dissents now. What do you see as the prospect of a core inflation?
You know, those prospects are real. Remember, though, and they're real, and the real thing is we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to need to see. And the good news is we think our policy stance is in a very good place for us to wait and see. We're right kind of at the high end of neutral or perhaps mildly restrictive. The labor market shows more and more signs of stability, whereas inflation is kind of misbehaving. And so maybe a little bit of restriction or the high end of neutral is just the right place to be. So we can wait here and see how things work out before we act. And we'll see how much that, how much does come through into core. You see it already in airfares.
Let's go, Coke Zero!
You may see it in many
Shout
other
out to Coke
places.
Zero. Thank you, brother. Hey.
We just don't know yet, and it's so
Up
unknown,
on
because
congratulations.
How long will the strait be closed? You can develop any number of scenarios that you want, but we really won't know until we know. So fortunately, we're in a good place to wait and let things develop.
Hey, shout out to Coke Zero. Hey, juicing.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. You started holding post-meeting press conferences for every meeting as opposed to the ones with just with
congratulations
SCPs.
up on
Can you talk about why you see that as a
follow
net
the
positive?
So we
instructions.
We always said when we were doing quarterly press conferences, we always said we can move at any meeting, but we only ever moved at the quarterly SEP meetings
Juice
where we
up
had
on
the press
that
conference.
subscription.
So
Shouts
if you
CoinWise.
think about it, we during the pandemic
UP
we were
and
moving
a 3?
like a lot at
Okay.
every meeting and sometimes between meetings, and doing that without a press conference I
I'm
think would have
thinking
been
O
quite
and,
challenging.
like the,
It's become the industry
exchange.
norm. It's the standard. I don't know whether that has to remain that way. I don't know. I mean, it's just something people have become used to, and I do think it's quite helpful to I try to deliver a message on behalf of the committee rather than 18 other people going out and delivering their message, and it's going to be all over the place because we do thankfully have widely disparate views.
Okay, thanks. The other thing I wanted to ask about was the communications review from last year. Could you describe the debate last year, what changes were considered, what you wanted, and what prevented action, any action on those changes?
So yeah, I'm not going to go into the real small specifics, but what we found very quickly was that making changes, making really large changes, for example, to the dot plot or the SEP, it didn't have, we couldn't come up with anything that had really broad support on the committee. And so we just moved on. We didn't really do as much on that as we might have. And I was never the world's biggest fan of the dot plot, but you can't beat something with nothing. And we've looked at a bunch of things, and it's something. Like I said, I think every new chair is going to look at our suite of communications, and think about what would be changes. We are the only major central bank that doesn't publish a forecast, and that's because we have a 19-person committee, and you try to do that at the board. That's hard. At the committee, that's hard. It's hard if you do it at the staff. So it works. I think our communications are fine, but looking at doing it in a different and better way is the most natural thing in the world.
Thank you. Colby Smith with the New York Times. If I could follow up on Mike's question about hikes, are we right to assume that the hawkish outcome for the Fed is still one in which the committee just extends the pause in rate cuts? And to what extent is there a growing sense within the committee that monetary policy really isn't just restrictive at all right now? The economy is holding up relatively well despite this major energy shock. The unemployment rate has ticked lower. Inflation was moving sideways even before the war and is now moving higher. So where is the committee at on that debate?
You know, where we're at is we think our policy rate is in a good place. If we need to hike, we will certainly signal that, and we will certainly do it. And if we need to cut, then, or if it's appropriate to cut, then we'll signal the opposite. I think because we feel like we're in a good place to move in either direction. Nobody's calling for a hike right now. So it really is going to depend on how things evolve, and you know that's really where it is. As I mentioned, much closer question this cycle on changing the guidance, but ultimately we didn't.
And as it relates to the war, at what point do you think the risk to growth will be larger than the risk to inflation as this conflict drags on?
You know, you just have to find that out empirically. You know, given our the fact that we're, you know, a big exporter of energy and that our economy is far less energy intensive, oil intensive than it was during the 70s, you know, the effects on the United States are really substantially less than those of Western Europe or Asia, who are feeling much greater effects from these things. The effects we're feeling in the current situation currently, and in sort of what's priced in, which is you know, a relatively quick outcome. If this goes on for much longer and prices go much higher, then we'll feel that much more. And of course, I'm talking about aggregate inflation numbers. We're very well aware that people are experiencing higher gas prices all over the country now, and that hurts. Those hikes may continue to happen. And other things are going to start to reflect airline fares I mentioned, and other products and services that are dependent upon petroleum and derivatives of petroleum. People are going to start to feel that.
Edward.
Thank you, Chair Powell. Edward Lawrence with Fox Business. So I guess I'll just ask you directly on this. The markets don't see a rate cut at all this year, is what they're predicting. Do you think that we are at the neutral rate? Why or why not?
You know, the neutral rate is we cannot know it with certainty. I think pretty close to the neutral rate. Yeah, I always had it, you know, between 3% and 4%. We're a little north of 3.5%. So that's well in the range of what I would consider a reasonable, but at the higher end of the range of what I would consider reasonable neutral rate. You know, I think the labor market is still probably cooling off just a little bit, and I don't think there's much of a case for any case really for policy looking, you know, meaningfully restrictive, maybe mildly restrictive or neutral, I would say.
And I want to follow up on some of the other questions about your future a little bit. The first time we've seen 4 dissents now since October of 1992. Are you handing off a divided Fed?
You know, the thing to remember is we have always had vigorous debates, and they're excellent debates. I have to say they've been really good, and we're in an unusually difficult situation. So we've really had 4 supply shocks. You can say more than 4, but at a minimum, we had the pandemic, we had the invasion of Ukraine, we had tariffs, and now we have Iran and the oil, you know, the oil spike. So every supply shock has the capability of driving inflation up and unemployment up. And what do? You know, it's the central bank has a really hard time knowing what to do. So the right thing to do is to try to balance the achievement of those 2 goals, and that's what our framework calls for us to do. But these are really tough, difficult judgments. You've got to have a forecast for each variable. You've got to think how long it's going to take to get back to target. You got to think how restrictive or not is policy. So it's only natural that you have a range of views on the committee. You know, people are going to see it different ways. They're going to have different risk tolerances and that kind of thing. I mean, if everybody agreed, that would be That would be surprising, and I think it's partly a function of the extraordinarily challenging set of supply shocks that we've been dealing with now for 5-6 years.
Thank you so much, Chair Powell. Selena Wayne with ABC News. Are you confident that Kevin Warsh will stand up to political pressure from President Trump?
So he testified very strongly to that effect in his hearing, and I'll take him at his word.
And when it comes to gas, right now it's over $4 a gallon. Inflation just hit a 2-year high. Should Americans expect to be paying higher gas prices for the rest of this year? And in your view, does that take a rate cut off of the table? And secondly, by staying on as Fed governor, what message do you think you're sending to the president?
I don't know what gas prices are going to do for the rest of the year. And it will depend on how long the strait remains closed and how quickly it can be reopened and that kind of thing. But remember, when gas prices go up, that's disposable income coming out of people's pockets, so they're going to spend less on other things. So there will be a hit to GDP. So it's a question whether spending goes down to offset the inflationary effects. So it's not the answer isn't obvious ex ante whether you should move your rate over because of that. We'll have to see how it evolves.
And the message it sends to President Trump by staying on?
I'll stand on what I said earlier.
Victoria.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico. During your tenure, Fed independence has come under pressure in a lot of different ways. And I was just wondering, practically speaking, where do you see Fed independence as coming from? Is it the law? Is it political support from Congress? Is it the actions of the Fed? What sustains Fed independence?
Well, it's to a significant extent, it is the law. And, we've had to go to court to successfully so far to defend it. But the law does create a setting in which the Fed can and is directed to make monetary policy without consideration of political factors. And so part of it is the law. But it goes beyond that, though. There's a set of customs. There's a boundary line between the Fed and the administration, between the Fed and the Treasury Department. And we need to continue to respect those boundaries about what the Fed is responsible for and what the Treasury is responsible for and what the rest of the administration is responsible for. So some of it is legal. In fact, it's all legal at the end of the day, but it's more than just monetary policy. We don't want to use our tools we haven't wanted to use our tools to achieve goals that are really clearly outside our mandate. Every administration looks at our tools and thinks, that would be good to repurpose those to serve other purposes, but that's dragging us into politics and into fiscal policy, so we've resisted that.
Well, and maybe another way of asking it, too, is do you think that Fed independence is as strong now as when you became chair, and if so, why?
Look, I think it's at risk. I mean, I think these legal assaults, if you will, as I mentioned, the institution is being battered over these things. We're having to resort to, the courts to enforce our legal, it's not so much independence. It's really the ability to make monetary policy without political considerations. That's what we're talking about, and we've had to do that, and we've been successful so far. But that's not over. None of that is concluded yet, and it's really important. It's not about people who work at the Fed or the institution. It's about the benefits of a central bank that makes decisions based on analysis and our best thinking, rather than trying to help or hurt politicians. It's that there's a bright line between central banks who do one and do the other, and successful countries have uniformly, successful advanced economy countries have a really strong set of protections around their central bank just for that reason. So that's what it's all about. I think I am confident, as I said in my remarks, that the Fed will continue to make its decision based on analysis, rigorous analysis, and not on political considerations. But we've had to fight for it, and I'd like to think that we can get out of that era and go back to respecting, what the law says and what custom has been, which is to, let the Fed do our thing. We're it's an institution full of human beings who work super hard to get things right for the benefit of the public. We're all human. Don't expect perfection, but do expect us to make, decisions without political considerations and the very best analysis we can bring.
Katerina.
Katerina Saraiva, Bloomberg News. How would you characterize what you've heard from your colleagues on your decision to stay? Do you have their support? And then have you heard concern from your colleagues about continued legal attacks from the executive branch? Is this something that others have, talked to you about?
So I think that I don't want to report on what my colleagues think. They can speak for themselves. But there are widespread concerns that these things may continue. That's all I'll say. And and that would be a problem. And so.
And then I just also wanted to ask about Governor Waller's speech on the reserve banks. Do you have any thoughts on centralizing some of those functions in the way he described? And then are you concerned that something like that could potentially be a slippery slope to, to consolidate reserve bank functions even more in such a way where the central bank ultimately loses some of that important regional information?
So we try to be good stewards of the public's money and efficient, and Chris Waller is particularly passionate about that. Of course, so are the reserves, so are the presidents, and it's a question of how do you accomplish it. We of course, and Chris said this in his speech, we want 12 strong independent central banks with their own staffs and their own monetary policy views and all that. But there are things that are done in all 12 which could well be done at one much more efficiently and with cost savings. And so there's a back and forth going on that, but everybody's on the same page. The other thing he touched on was the idea of removing reserve bank presidents from office over different views on monetary policy. And I would just agree with him so strongly that would be the beginning of the end of the Fed's ability to make monetary policy independently. If every administration could come in and do that, you're just another cabinet agency at that point. So that's not something that I would support. Chris said the same thing.
Christine.
Thanks, Chair Powell. Christine Romans, NBC News. I want to ask about legacy. When the history books are written, how do you think your stewardship at the Fed will be remembered for the past 8 years?
I'm going to just say that that's for someone else to say. I'll give you a mulligan on that.
All right, I'm going to ask you about misbehaving inflation then. You talked about those 4 big shocks, supply shocks over the past 5 years, and inflation still misbehaving. What's your message to American families who feel like inflation has not been under control for them really since the COVID reopening?
We're committed to bring inflation back down to 2% and sustainably. That's our goal, and we'll stick at it until that happens. We keep getting these events keep happening, which keep driving up costs, and the best thing we can do is to use our tools to guide inflation back down to 2%. I think trying to get there really quickly could be very costly in terms of job loss and things like that, but we try to get there over time in a way that does the least damage possible, and our commitment to that is never ending and unshakable.
How would you describe the economy outside of the misbehaving inflation? I mean, it's still awfully resilient given all of the blows.
I don't know that you can be awfully resilient. So it's actually quite resilient, I would say, because it's a positive thing. If I can have that amendment, yeah, growth is really solid across our economy. Some of that is that consumer spending is hanging in pretty well. The most recent data are good. And some of it is just the apparently insatiable demand for data centers all over the United States. So a lot of business investment going into building data centers, and every reason to think that continues. So you've got an economy that's growing at 2% or better. PDFP, which is private domestic final purchases, which is really a better signal of a momentum in the economy, is actually higher than that. So that's a positive thing. if you look at the unemployment rate, it's 4.3%. So that's a low rate. That's pretty close to mainstream estimates of the natural rate. We've been there for a long time. So it doesn't feel like a good labor market to some who don't have jobs, because quits are really low, hires are really low, and there's effectively no new net job creation. So that's in a sense, the labor market is in balance, but it's an unusual and uncomfortable kind of a balance where people who don't have jobs will have a hard time breaking in unless somebody quits their job. So, so that's pretty good. Inflation is the thing we need to work on, and it's partly tariffs, which we think that inflation should subside over the course of this year, because it's kind of a one-time increase. It shouldn't be repeated, and that should start happening pretty soon. The energy inflation that we're getting should go through fairly quickly, and we'll just have to see how that works out. In the meantime, we think our policy stance is in a good place for us to hold and wait developments.
Jennifer.
Thank you, Chair Powell. Jennifer Schonberger with Yahoo Finance. At the risk of beating the dead horse here, clearly 3 members objected to keeping that easing bias in the statement. And you said that the majority still didn't need to move to new language at this point. So does the majority of the committee still have a bias towards cuts at this point, or has the bias on the committee shifted away from cuts towards holding or hikes if that was needed?
So I think that, the center is moving toward a more neutral place, and that's sort of what markets are saying too. I just think, there's a lot of signaling going on when you change guidance like that. And so we just, I guess a majority of us didn't feel like we needed to send a signal on that right now. But maybe it'll come to that. And the reason is because, we're kind of waiting to see what happens with events in the Middle East and what are the implications of those events for the U.S. economy. So there's a group who feels like we don't need to be in a hurry to do that. We get it, and of course we will move to a hiking bias if we want to hike, and we'll move to a neutral bias before that. But there was a difference over whether to do it at this meeting, at a meeting at which all but one of us agreed that the rate decision was correct, which was not to move.
And you just said moments ago that you believe Fed independence is at risk. Is it safe to say that you want to stay on as a governor to serve as a check and balance on that?
I want to stay until I will stay until I feel it's appropriate for me to leave. And yes, that is really what is driving this. I'm not looking to be, a high-profile dissident or anything like that. I'm more looking at the other aspects of this and wanting to see that things have calmed down and we're returning to a traditional model of working with the people that you have and bringing them to consensus and respecting that consensus. That's what I'm hoping to see.
Matt Egan.
Thanks, Chair Powell. Matt Egan with CNN. You've made many tough decisions in your time at the Fed, and as your time as chair comes to a close and you think about your tenure and perhaps your legacy, are there any decisions that stand out as ones that you're particularly proud of? And are there any that, with the benefit of hindsight, you would take a mulligan on?
Yeah, it's hard. I wouldn't want to single out individual things at this point. I'll just say, we, all of us together, have consistently tried to do what we think is best for the American people based on our tools and our objectives that Congress has given us. It's been very challenging because we've been in a situation of supply shocks really for 6 years, and that's just a very different situation than for a very long time. What the Fed and other central banks were doing all the time was demand management. And, and there was always the inflation mandate, but inflation was low for 25 years. So this is a very different world and a much more challenging one where you have to balance the two objectives. And by the way, central banks that have an inflation mandate have to do exactly the same thing because they're balancing economic activity. So that's been challenging. And we've tried to do our very best through these really challenging times. And I'm really proud of the work that I've done, that my colleagues and I have done during these years.
Now, to follow up on some of the discussion around Fed independence, can you explain to the public why this notion of Fed independence, which might sound kind of wonky to some, is so critical? I mean, what are the consequences if either the Supreme Court rules against Lisa Cook or the Fed in the future decides to make decisions more around the political calendar instead of the economic data?
So every major advanced economy in the world has made the same decision the United States has made, and that is that they want to take the making of monetary policy, the setting of interest rates to support the economy, to achieve maximum employment and price stability. They want to take that out of the direct control of elected politicians. And the reason is elected politicians are always running for election, and they'll always want low rates, and that will lead to inflation over time. So after, literally centuries of experience with that, the whole world moved to the different model, and it's worked great. I mean, this is the era in which inflation was under control for 40 years. Then we had the pandemic, inflation everywhere in the world, and now we have inflation that had gone pretty much all the way back to target, really close to all the way back to target, and now is being buffeted by the energy shock, and the U.S. buffeted by the tariff shock as well. So, but what I would say to the general public is that's the backstory, is that don't think about an institution being independent. Think about it this way, that you want people to make monetary policy and set interest rates to benefit the general public and to try to achieve economic goals, which are maximum employment and price stability, and focus only on that and ignore political considerations, completely ignore them. This isn't bipartisan, this is nonpartisan. So we want to just work directly for the American people doing these things. We don't think, oh, I want to do this because the president says it's a good idea, or because there's an election coming up and I want to speed up or slow down the economy. I mean, think about that. If that's what we were doing, we'd have no credibility. Markets would lose faith in us, and our ability to control inflation and have any respect would be gone. And let me say, whatever people say, the markets believe in that we will produce 2% inflation. If you look at longer run expectations, markets believe that there's no sense in which our credibility in the markets has weakened. It's just not the case. It's people do get it, that this is our commitment and that we will achieve it, and it's priced in. If you disagree with that, then you can go ahead and bet against the markets, but the markets are pricing in Fed credibility.
Okay, we'll go to Richard for the last one.
Thank you, Chair Powell. Richard Escobedo with CBS News. We talked a lot about gasoline prices and even you mentioned airline ticket prices, both of which are up dramatically because of the war in Iran. And so I wonder, are you seeing that weigh down consumer spending in other parts of the economy? And if so, how worried are you that that will be a drag on growth?
You don't see it in spending yet. You really don't. I mean, as one of your colleagues said, the economy has been resilient. It really has. Not just this time, but it's been remarkably resilient for some years now. The U.S. economy has just powered through shock after shock, and consumers are still spending, and that's what the banks will tell you, credit card companies will tell you, the retail sales numbers that we got most recently. People are still spending, and how long can that go on in a world where if gas prices were to go up a bunch more, that's taking otherwise spendable money out of people's pockets. But right now, we don't actually see much slowdown yet, certainly none from this, but you think logically you will, because people have a certain amount of money to spend. If they're spending 25% more on gas or something like that, then that's going to come out of other spending. But we don't see it yet.
One last thing. You mentioned those economies in Southeast Asia that are particularly dependent on petroleum. They make a lot of the stuff that American consumers buy. So was there any discussion today about whether or not those costs getting passed along to consumers is a real concern, and whether or not that might push up inflation?
So all of those things are in the models that we use to calculate inflation. So they're just parts. You can ask about anything like that, and they have a place. The staff has a place where they're looking at that and pricing in what will happen with higher prices and that kind of thing. So it's there. The effects are not that big yet. We're a huge economy. The import sector is only 10% of the economy, so we're not like a European country where 50% of the of GDP is in the external sector. We're also, as I mentioned, we're an oil exporter, so we're not feeling the same kind of pain, and we're not likely to feel the same kind of pain that economies in Western Europe and certainly in Asia are feeling. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. I won't see you next time.
All right.
Now you gotta hit him with a classic.
Hey, turn this mind controlling music off. I
Gotta
feel
hit 'em with the
controlled.
classic. Of course. The last one for Jay Peasy.
What you just said.
Hold on. Oh, what's going on there?
That's crazy.
I know, it's like blowing. There we go.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Hey, shout outs. There we go. Shout outs, Kimba Gang. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hey,
If you
congratulations.
don't know how to get your CoinWise reward, by the way, make sure you've got a CoinWise account.
Let's
and
go,
you've
Bud
connected
Fox.
your Twitch.
UP and the 3. Congratulations for the giveaway. Congratulations to Bud Fox. Let's go. 5 bingos, 5 lines. And of course,
it hit everything. I feel like, holy shit.
Seriously, and Dennis slid in there at the end, and Uchiha held it down with 2 bingos, 2 lines. Let's go. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hey, shout outs to the team. Shout outs to Cage and Housty for helping out today. Shout outs to J Powell. We need a round of applause for him. Shout out to Coke Zero for gifting 50 subs. He juicing. Got filled too on that little drop. It's holding at lows on Biddy. Pixel perfect gap fill on SPX index. Juice. Got that single print. Value area low. The structure right above. Time will tell. Someone shut out the Vala. I mean, you have no catalyst any longer. Got bad highs on S&P. Power hour, we got 30 minutes left.
bingos. You want to give him something for that?
Dude, he worked hard for that one. I think he earned it. I think. Shout outs to the contestants in bingo. We had almost 50 people joined up. That was fun, right? It definitely makes it more interesting. It is hard as hell for me to keep up. I think I need to cut the number of terms. It is hard. It's fun though, isn't it? Let's go, Bud Fox. Yeah, shout out Zach. Let's go, Zach. Claimed it already. Let's go up into 3. Let's go. UP. Bud Fox, you know what to do, right? Exclamation dashboard for the full stream schedule. We got market open in the morning. We got talent show tomorrow afternoon, possibly a Who Juicing on Friday. Wait and see. Exclamation Discord, exclamation dashboard. Make sure you get your UIDs updated for all the exchanges. You got some super exciting stuff coming in hot. And next week might be a big week for giveaways. I don't know. They keep saying it. Jazz Kier, let's go. I don't know. I don't know, man. Looking for a long? Could be. Could be. It's still holding. We talked about holding really the 74, 73 zone being pretty crucial for more upward movement. So if it starts trading back down there, we just need to get a daily close back above. And yeah, until then, we'll just take it level to level. Yeah, it could be a swing failure pattern set up right here. Ideally, it happens during RTH. If ETH does it, you know, it is what it is. But we'll break it all down tomorrow once we get a little bit more price action and market reaction data to analyze. Huge thank you to CoinWise. Big shout outs to the entire team. Huge shout outs to the entire KTV. Let's go, Kimba team. Big thank you to Coke Zero. And huge shout outs to everybody that joined us today. And of course, thank you to the co-host, Cajun Housty, holding it down. Much love. Much
Can we
love.
get some love from Mandela in the chat? Let's go. Shout out to the bingo night. Bud Fox. What do you want to give Bud Fox?
Dude, he's got to get a CoinWise, man.
Hey,
Are you
Bud
still
Fox,
here, Bud
if
Fox?
you open up, if you're there, open up a ticket, CoinWise Discord. All right, make sure you got a CoinWise account, and let them know that you won bingo today, the FOMC bingo, Mandelo, and we'll get you hooked up.
Let's go. Congratulations. Congratulations to Bud Fox. Big cheers. Hey,
Just the
shout out to
other
Ace.
top two. I mean, you what? Dennis and Uchiha, is that right? It's really small for me.
Yeah, it's Dennis and Uchiha.
Hey, shout out Dennis, shout out Uchiha. All right, you guys can also contact the CoinWise team on their Discord. Open up a ticket. We won't leave you behind. Big cheers. Shout out Mandela.
Let's go. Shout outs Cage. Shout outs CoinWise. Hey, juicing y'all up. Hey, don't sleep on CoinWise. Yeah, it's all about the Lions. Keeping it real. They know y'all are supporting them.
Working major magic in the background, you guys. I would keep an eye out next week. All right. Big announcements coming up.
Yeah. Hey, get hype. Get hype. Hit start. That's a shimmy. You know what? I love this. I love this. But you know what we need. This is I think going to be our last song before the outro. Two letters, one word. Come on. Yeah. Husey's got his like gang signs in that shit. That's Liquania. That's the I need to learn that one, Husey. Let's go.
I was scratching my head.
He's like the West Side. He said like the Lions of Liquania set. I can't even do it, yo.
Careful now.
Double L's.
You might be throwing up something you don't know.
Yeah,
You
the
know what?
Lakewood Locos. That was Lakewood Locos.
No, it won't. No, it don't.
Don't lie to me.
Hey, but much love if it was. Just please excuse my ignorance.
Guys, make sure if you're reaching out to CoinWise Discord support, that if you won the bingo, that your Discord and your Twitch is connected to your CoinWise account. Just to let you guys know. Take it easy.
Take it easy. We're gonna send it off after this song. Much love to you all. J Bucks. Shouts to Kong. Shouts to YouTube. Let's go, Cage. Let's go, Housty. Kong. Ace. Coke. Biff. Calling Noob. Shout outs to Kimba. Thank you for giving us the platform, the opportunity to have a good time. Watch JP's last meeting together. Juice up a little bit. Charts. Lettuce. Yeah. To the balcony, y'all. Hey, shout out to CoinWise.
Hey, one quick reminder, guys. I just want to remind everybody again, Liquinia's Got Talent Season 3 is here. Submission forms are live. If you guys haven't already, head on over to the Discord. Submit them lyrics. Let Liquinia's Got Talent, Useless Line Records take care of the rest. Yeah. I see I've already got some people submitting lyrics. We got like 4 or 5 people that submitted. So if you guys want a chance to win $250 on your favorite exchange, have your song played live on the Twitch. Hey, I'm thinking about adding all the Liquinia's Got Talent songs to the away stream playlist.
Ooh.
So if you guys want your song played, hey, submit some lyrics. Season 3 is here, y'all. Major CoinWise prizes. This week's theme is CoinWise. Exclamation CoinWise. Major announcements coming soon. Don't miss out, y'all.
Hey, and shout out to Maestro, Season 2 champion. Shout out to Henry, Season 1 champion. They juiced up.
Yes, sir.
They juiced up. But shout out to all the contestants. Amazing songs. I would love to see that on the away stream. Or hear it, or whatever. Let's go. Hey, much love, y'all. Curvies, I'm Sin. Nitrogen. Shout out to PSG. Hey, if you're not vibing in the chat, go check out the PSG. Check out the CoinWise Discord. So much juice to come. So much juice is already here, too. Dashboard. Exclamation dashboard. Get in there. Shaggy. Uchiha. Congratulations. Nitrogen. Bud Fox. Piyush. Zach. Hey, congratulations, y'all. Thank you. Husty, Cage. Again, thank you. Hey, and much love to all the Lions. Have a great rest of your day. If you don't use a stop loss, I'm going to slap the shit out you. And I'll see you in the morning. Big cheers!
Let's go, big cheers.
All right, peace out, gang. Zach, let's go. Shaggy. Bergig. PSG. Bugatti!
This land I know. Early morning love without a doubt. I'm nerding and we nerding out. Cause we got levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. We set them. We set them. Pre-market out for the Lions is ready. Coin-wise, salmon and salmon, we steady. Deep cheers when the knowledge connecting. Wise lions studying with patience. Man, that low. In the morning, I'm nerding in, we're nerding out. Early morning levels without a doubt. Calling the zones in the structure. Pre-market nerd out. That's all that we about. Shout out to Coin-wise. Cause we got levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. We set them. Why you be all on the trot if you rushing? Why you not marking the levels of soaking? Wise lions patient, we build it for structure. Man, die low, teaching the code to the public. Coin-wise outfits, flowing abundance. Knowledge and discipline stacking the hundreds. Every reaction, the lions know how I'm coming. Lions brigade when candles start pumping. Before the bell ringing, the lions on a mission. Studying candles, levels, and timing with precision. A boobalito in any market condition. Coin-wise with Kimba Lions dominating the competition. We got levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. We set them. Pre-market off of the Lions is ready. Coin-wise family and family, we steady. Big cheers with the knowledge connecting. Wise lions studying with patience. Man, that low in the morning. I'm nerding in, we nerding out. Early morning levels without a doubt. Calling the zones in the structure. Pre-market nerd out. This all that we about. Shout out to Coin-wise. Cause we got levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. We set them.